toy.
We want it bin. I have spoken.
Welcome to episode 118 of the Smugglers Galaxy podcast, your favorite podcast of Star Wars for smugglers across the galaxy.
Yes, it is.
Jason, how you doing today?
I am here, vertical, not horizontal.
Dude, I am
Doing well. How about you?
I'm so tired, man. It's been a weekend, dude.
It is.
Between the Winter Social and Conyers toy show today. Thankfully, the toy show from Saturday morning got rained out. I mean, not thankfully, but I would have been even more exhausted, I think, if that toy show would have gone on.
I missed that one in this Powder Springs. I was going to go to that one Saturday morning. I had everything lined up Friday night, so that all I had to do was get in the car, go even for an hour Saturday morning, and then I can go back and finish. It's probably a good thing it worked out this way because I got a lot more. There's little things I was able to do that probably I would just let slide that no one would have noticed, but I knew,
right?
For the party.
Yeah, because I talked to Martin today at the Conyers show, and he said that next time he's just going to do it rain or shine because they said they had like 50 people show up to the shop, and he said he did good. He did what he normally would on a normal day, so on a normal swap meet. So he's like, from now on, I'm just gonna come. If it's raining, come at your own risk, rain or shine. I'm not gonna take any responsibility for messing up your toys. That's on you, and let's go for it.
He's got a way now to steal the market. It's canceled, and then people show up, and it's only him, and he's selling out on everything.
He said that. I mean, I saw pictures, and it looked like there were 5 or 6 vendors that showed up.
Yeah.
So,
well, maybe in March we'll be able to hit that one.
Yeah, dude. Is it March or February? No, it's February. So, yeah, I've missed the last 2 or 3 of these just because of either being out of town or just weather or other things going on. So it was kind of a bummer, but it saved me a lot of money. So I was happy.
How was the toy show today?
The toy show was
Conyers
Toy Show, the Legion Toy Show. We went, we met up with Jordan and Richard, drove out there just because it's a lot more fun when you have a car full of people driving. So we drove out. We had got there about 10:30, walked around a couple of times. It was a good show. I bought some stuff, but it's stuff that we'll get into it in a minute. It wasn't toys, but
so you went to a toy show and you didn't buy toys?
I didn't buy toys, but what do they normally have at toy shows other than toys?
Beer?
No, I bought beer.
Well, at one of those Legion places.
Right. There were Legion. It was at the Legion, so it was nice. So they did serve beer, but what else? It's a toy and show.
A comic book.
Yeah.
Did you get the Cajun?
I did get some Cajun. I did get some Cajun stuff, but I get into that in a minute. But anyway, it was typical stuff. The guys from Nerd U were there, which were awesome. We got to see them. Got some cool stuff from them. We got they gave each Mandy and I, we got some sealed card, like the bubblegum packs. They got me a Bill and Ted pack, and they got Mandy a Gremlin pack. And then they surprised me with a couple other things. They had a Bill and Ted comic for me, and then they had a sealed box of Bill and Ted cereal with the cassette tape still sealed to the cereal. So that's kind of cool. I did not have one of those, and it was sort of on my radar, but I just never got around to finding one, and they'd gotten me one. So that was kind of cool. And so the thing I got, hold on, I'm going to grab it. It's a visual medium, right? It doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what it is. So you went to a toy show. You didn't buy toys. You bought a comic book and cereal. You bought.
I don't
Oh,
want
he's
them to
putting his
fall
headphones
either.
back on.
So anyway,
You
when I
put.
was talking to Nerd U, I was like, hey, do you guys have X-Men 266, which is the first appearance of Gambit? And they go, well, that's technically not the first appearance of Gambit. He had a cameo in X-Men, the X-Men annual. I think this is number 14. So I got a graded X-Men number 14. And then I got the piece de resistance, the X-Men 266 graded. It graded a 9.4. So that was
Nice.
kind of, yeah. And then I picked
That's
up
a little bit
some,
expensive.
yeah, it was a little expensive. It's most I've ever spent on a comic book. And, with us talking about it last week where we're feeling that Shannon Tatum, that Gambit's going to show up in Deadpool 3. It's time to get it going. So I went ahead and bit the bullet and got it. I got it at a pretty good deal. And then I picked up like number 3, 4, and 5, or 2, 3, and 4. They did like a mini run of Gambit. So I have basically all the Gambit comics for somebody who doesn't collect comic books.
So you went to a toy show and you bought comic books and cereal.
Yes, exactly. Hold
That's
on, let
what
me
I go to toy shows for.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
but
buddy.
typical, everybody that was there, everybody that's normally there was there. Dutch puts it on. And he was there. I'd say there were 25, 30 vendors, pretty well attended. It's definitely at the different crowd than the one that Chris Hamer puts on. I think Chris Hamer puts on more of a punk rock toy show, and this is more like normal toy show.
Normal is just a setting on the dishwasher. Sorry.
Exactly. That's sort of how I don't know the way to describe it.
Average
person toy show, I guess.
It's late on a Sunday night.
Yeah, it is. But typical people were there. What else? I didn't really see. I fought myself to not get into superpowers. There was a guy that had a bunch of men on card superpowers.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't get, and the ones with the shield that the thing goes up and down where it moves. Yeah. I'm like, don't get into superpowers. Do not buy it just because it's something you had as a kid. So then I bought the Gambit comic books because I'm like, this makes more sense because this is something I've kind of been hunting for the last couple of weeks or couple of months. So I got that instead. But they had a men on card or carded black Spider-Man for like $300, and everybody's like, that's a decent deal. And it's our buddy Matt that's joined the club the past couple of months. He bought I think he bought a carded Iron Man from the guy. So he had a decent selection. He had like, I think 10 or 15 of them. And if I'd have had the cash, I'd have just been like, I'll buy them all, but I don't have cash anymore. It's broke Glenn, but got back to being broke Glenn. But yeah, we had a good time. We hung out till probably 2-3 hours, and then came home and then headed over to Second Chance. And
what was the percentage of vintage versus modern?
I'd say it's getting about 50-50. There's Jordan and Richard were looking at different stuff than I was, just because I've got to put blinders on and I can't go and do crazy stuff like superpowers because I just don't have the room. But they were like finding Rock Lords and, all the oddball lines that are starting to have a renaissance because everybody is like, I need to collect something else. So you're starting to see more of that, but I'd say it's probably 50-50. If there was a guy that had a lot of modern carded Star Wars, and I think Tony bought some TVC stuff, which he was
I was going to say, was it TVC?
Yeah.
Modern TVC, like the second generation, not the first?
Yeah, like the newer stuff that's still out, I think still out in the
Target threw up kind of TVC.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. There was the one guy that's always there with the modern stuff. And then there was a good selection, I think, of vintage. I didn't see a whole lot of carded vintage, but that's not where my eyes are going, because that's not where my focus is. Adam was there. Adam Thrawn, he had some good, he always, I don't know where that guy gets his stuff, but he's always got a good selection.
Yeah. I was going to buy some stuff from him. He never got back to me.
No, maybe he needs to call you. He did said something about Somebody said something about you and something. I don't. It could have
You're
been
talking behind
also.
my back.
Yeah,
Who said
totally.
something?
I don't remember. Somebody said
Who
something about
said
it.
something?
It might have been
Whoa.
Kelly that even found something. He's like, I saw something for Jason. I think it was stuff you might have already had, but I don't remember. It's been such a whirlwind of a weekend because, dude, it started Saturday because Saturday with the toy show getting canceled. Can you not hear me anymore?
What the hell happened? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What happened?
Oh my gosh. I don't I was
You were
playing
just
around. I slammed my fist on my desk. And the next thing I know, like I was like, who's talking behind my back? And I slammed my fist down, and then all of a sudden I just hear static and hissing in my headphones. I had to unplug my microphone and plug everything back in. And what did you say? What did I miss? What
I
did
don't.
I miss?
I thought apparently no. I think it was Kelly that might have said something, or he had seen something that,
Oh,
but I don't. He didn't even remember where it was, so it was
all right.
uneventful. It's typical
I
toy
guess
show, man. It's really toy shows now are getting more about hanging out than about buying toys. But it's like if it's a couple hours away, I think it was only an hour away, but 2-3 hours, 3 hours is kind of pushing it. But it's like, why not? If you're going to spend the weekend, I don't think there's a better way to spend the day than at a toy show.
what was the deal of the show that you saw?
That I was.
Either bought or not bought. Was it the 300 Superman, Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, maybe. I think that was a good deal. That guy did have some good deals. He had a Baroness that I think he was wanting $100 for on a card. I thought, I don't know what superpowers are going for, but I thought those were good prices.
Okay.
There was, what am I thinking? And then we went to Second Chance. So I'm like, am I getting Second Chance in the toy show confused? But yeah, I need to start videotaping stuff because you pay more attention to what you're doing when you're videotaping stuff than when you're just kind of glancing for certain things. I saw, and I saw our buddy Shannon, and it's the same. We're in the same boat. It's like we're collecting, like it's this, like a really small chance that somebody will have what we want, and then we want to buy it type situation. So for me, toy shows are about hanging out more than buying toys or comics.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah. But yeah, dude. No, I was
this week.
This week.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was just going to talk about. I guess now we'll get into it later.
Okay. With what?
Oh no, I went to Whataburger on Saturday.
Oh.
Everybody's like, "Oh, dude, you're crazy." I only had to wait a half an hour for a Whataburger, and I still got one sitting in my fridge that I brought my wife home, and she's like, "I just finished my lunch. Why would I want a Whataburger?"
We must have been there the first day it opened up because there wasn't a line, and maybe the news hadn't gotten out. But we were going to go to Chick-fil-A, and we looked at, and my wife kind of floated the idea of going to Whataburger, and I pulled up a review on the phone, and it was just like a regular BK burger or McDonald's burger. It's just like another fast food place, and I'm like, I don't need that.
And did you go?
I went to Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
the end. That's the end of my story.
Oh, fine, but
sorry for the anticlimactic.
Yeah, I was like, review. Well, did you go and what did you think? But you didn't go.
No. I saw the review and it said it looked like Burger King, so I didn't.
It's like, better than Burger King, dude. It's worth going to at least once if you. But they also have chicken, so I enjoyed
better
it.
Than BurgerFi?
I haven't had BurgerFi, so I can't quote it on it. Imagine like a Sonic burger, but like 2 or 3 steps above a Sonic burger.
What about a Fuddruckers?
Dude, it's been so long since I've had Fuddruckers.
Yeah, now it's an Anchor Bar.
Yeah.
You know what Anchor Bar is?
No, what is the Anchor Bar?
Anchor Bar is allegedly the first place where buffalo wings were made.
Oh.
In Buffalo. But there's the Anchor Bar and there's the other one. Shoot. And they kind of go back and forth saying, no, we're the first ones. And, no, we're the first ones in Buffalo, New York. I can't remember what it was because we've been to both. Anyways, moving along.
Which one was better?
I don't like wings. I had burgers.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a
No,
Panera
I think I
Bread.
did have a
So
wing because I think I did have a wing because it was like when in Rome,
right,
but they don't really stand out. I think other places have done wings better, is what I've been told.
right.
No, it wasn't the Anchor Bar. I don't. Let me look it up on my phone. So in
Uh,
5 minutes, when it's not a topic of conversation
it
anymore,
will
I
be
can
like
bring
it's
it up.
this bar. Oh, but no, I enjoyed it. I think it was a really good. I mean, it's a fast food burger, but it's probably one of the better fast food. It is one of the better fast food burgers I had, unless you want to compare it to like In-N-Out, which In-N-Out I think is on a scale all its own. Which I'm still mad about not eating an In-N-Out when we were in California for a
Yeah,
celebration. Like I probably should have when we went out that Saturday night or whatever. I should have gone In-N-Out burger instead of going try to eat somewhere fancy. But
I just have
Jason's still
photos
looking.
here.
He's still
Yeah,
looking.
no, I just have photos here on my phone from Anchor Bar, but I know we went to the other place. Tully's is the other. Oh, shit, Tully's. Oh, God. Anyways, moving on.
Move along, move along. So what did you pick up? Did you buy anything?
This week I picked up a bunch of alcohol. No, um, no, I got there was that Micro Galaxy Squadron pack with the Millennium Falcon, Farm Boy Luke, two TIE fighters. It was limited to 5,000. It
uh,
was a very limited edition run of that. I got that.
nice.
And then I also got, I don't even remember ordering this, the white prototype Boba Fett Black Series.
Uh-huh.
It was an Amazon exclusive, but it's in the Empire Strikes Back packaging, and I got that.
Is
That
it
showed up.
TVC?
No, it's Black Series. It's the prototype. It's the white one.
Right, but
They
is it
originally it was,
carded?
yeah, it's boxed.
Okay, box.
I think it's the third in the Empire Strikes Back line. But he's all white. It's just a repack of the one they did in the black box from way back when the line
Yeah.
first started. It was a Walgreens exclusive.
Yeah, I've got one of those, but I was just curious if you said Empire Strikes Back, so I didn't know if it was like carded on an Empire Strikes Back or is it just but it's not the archive.
No, no, it's not. It's part of what they're doing now with the art on the side,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got the Empire Strikes Back colors.
Okay. Oh, so with the oddball shaped box.
It's the oddball shaped box. It's the dark blue. They had the Hoth Trooper as number one, Darth Vader is number two, and then this guy's number three, Boba Fett. White
Okay. I'm
prototype.
just making sure I didn't miss anything cool.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you want to get into the gift exchange?
We
Do you
can,
want?
or do you want to kind of get to it, like talk about the meetup and then go into that in the
We can
middle?
talk
Or
about the meetup. So that's what I got outside of the the gift exchange this week. What did you get? You got the two comics.
I got the comics and I think that's it. Oh, my wife did find me some of the cards on books on tape. She bought me the Heir to the Empire books on tape.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it
nice.
was just an oddball thing she found there tonight. So
Makari.
no, she found them at the toy show.
Oh, today. Oh, cool.
Yeah, but Dutch. She
I
said Dutch
missed
had a
that one.
bunch of them. You truthfully, dude, you didn't miss anything. You just missed a good time. You just missed hanging out. That's all you missed at the toy
Yeah, I didn't
show.
have the energy for it. I got up at 8, and then I was like, is it really 8? Because I normally wake up a couple times through the night.
Mhm.
I was like, no, it is 8. So I got up, and Jerry stayed the night. So I just sat on the couch, drank some coffee until he got up. And then I was vertical for most of the day, or horizontal.
Uh-huh.
On the couch, I would get up, I would like empty the coolers, put everything away, and then lay back down. And then I'd get up, move some tables around, put everything back. I watched Nope, which was a pretty good movie.
Is it scary or is it just weird?
A little bit of both.
Okay. Because this
It's
is Jordan Peele
it's
that did that, right?
it's Jordan Peele. It's like a sci-fi horror movie.
Hmm.
Um, I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot, and I would recommend it if you're into that kind of stuff. I thought it was really well. I mean, when you're seeing like, I have no interest in seeing Halloween Kills or any of the sequels, Halloweens, and you're on Scream 7, and then you've got this new movie, Get Out, and Nope, and you got these original horror slash sci-fi, and you know, it's like in the vein of Alien. It's horror sci-fi, and that's up my alley. I don't.
No, so it's more like an alien horror than Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
cool. Well, then I'll have to watch it because it's on like Paramount. What it's on
It's on
something.
Peacock.
Oh, that makes it even better. The only reason I have Peacock is for The Office, and I barely watch that, but
Yeah.
because the wife hears The Office and she's like, no, do not, no, 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 no.
Oh, I read a review an interview with John Krasinski, and he said something like his kids thought it was charity that his wife married him because she's this actress who
Uh-huh.
works, you know, on Mary Poppins, and he just works in an office. And like they would pass people on the street, and people would be like, "Hey, I love you in the office," and the kids are just thinking, "I guess he's just an office worker, nothing special."
That's great.
Yeah, but that was my day.
Yeah.
Parents came over to eat some leftovers,
What did you have left over?
chili and mac.
Oh, yeah. We have some mac I need to get into probably tomorrow night.
There was some veggie trays and fruit trays and desserts.
Oh,
That was all left over. Good
very
time.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. Doug brought the veggie trays and I'm like, what's that? And he goes, they're vegetables. Mandy says you have to eat one. And I'm like, no, I will not eat a veggie.
I had fruit. I didn't have veggies,
Good for you. You did better than I did.
but I did have ice cream and cheesecake dip and M&Ms and
Oh,
you
the
know,
cheesecake.
uh,
Yeah. That
potato
cheesecake
chips.
dip.
So don't uh, don't congratulate me too much. So let's get into this past weekend was the Georgia Alliance of Star Wars Collectors Winter Social. We have two big events every year: the Summer Social and the Winter Social. Although I'd say the Winter Social is smaller than the Summer Social, but still a good time.
Yeah. The
What were your thoughts?
like this is one of my favorites. I really enjoy the winter social because it is sort of the kickoff to the Christmas season. And you can't help but get in the Christmas spirit when you're done with the winter social. Um, so that's still been my favorite social, even though the summer social has more people. But dude, it was a party. Just you and your wife know how to throw a party, man. Y'all just knock it out the park every year with it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. We had like 25 people, 25, 30 people in your house, which you were kind of freaking out about, oh my
Yeah, I
God, I'm
got
going to have
nervous
this.
about that.
Yeah, you were nervous about that, but I think it turned out great. Um, we were all kind of stuck in one room to begin with, and then we separated, which was nice. People went down in your living room, and people were down, I guess I guess you would consider that your den or your dining room or whatever.
I think we call it the craft room.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Um,
I don't
yeah,
think I
and
know. We call that the craft room.
craft room. Yeah, I apparently so
Apparently, we call it the craft room.
right. So it was like your craft room and your dining room. So we had a group of people in there, and dude, I love the winter social. It just like I said, you had games throughout the night. You were giving away all kinds of stuff. We have the chili and the macaroni cook
Mm-hmm.
off, which brings, I think, a different element to things. So it's a competition. Like for the summer social, we have games like badminton and look at me, badminton. No, it's not badminton. It's billiards or pool or whatever. And then we got ping pong and coin toss, not coin toss,
Cornhole.
cornhole. So that kind of is it's a different competition with the
Yeah.
macaroni and cheese and mac and cheese and chili cook off. So that's kind of nice. Gives it a different feel. And people, uh, they get serious, just as serious about it, the games as they do with their macaroni and chili cook off. So it's a fun time. We got the White Wampa gift exchange. That's always fun. I kind of want to change it up and do a Dirty Wampa one year, but I don't know if it would get too nasty with people. Where everybody just brings a random present and then you do a big swap and then people can steal stuff. That's what I call a Dirty Wampa. But I don't know how much fun that would be. I think it'd be fun,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think people may get feelings hurt. I don't know. And we just kind of hung out. everybody, you know, it'd be nicer if people would stay later, but I don't think we're that kind of club. But people still stayed till like what 9:30, which was awesome.
Yeah, 9:30. We pushed it.
Yeah.
Last year it was 8:30. This year we went to 9:30. We're like, forget what mom says. We're staying out late tonight.
Yeah.
No curfew for me.
No curfew. And I yeah, so that was fun. Did I miss anything?
No.
Because yeah, I mean, I just gave the quick one over. We'll dive
Yeah.
into it, you know, here
The
in a
cook-off
second.
was cool because last year we didn't have as many, and so I was surprised we had like what 6 or 7 max.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool to grow that. And we had 4 chilies, but 3 of them there were 3 individuals. My wife made 2 chilies because at first, when you were saying we had like 30 people at one point coming to attend, I did get nervous and thought that we needed extra food. We always have too much food.
Yeah.
But
This year, I think you had too much alcohol.
really?
I don't know. No. You had a lot left over.
Yeah, I have a lot left over. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. Like, I enjoy making the prizes. It's something unique, the trophies, you know, just like what Narayan does with his action figures. You know, he's got unique to him. Last year I made like a pedestal kind of award and the leg lamp, which kind of went with the theme of the night because I was playing off of a Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I went with Home Alone. But I just made a name pill because I've been doing that all year long. And each, depending on the prize, so first place was the biggest name pill, and then the second place was a little bit smaller. Third place was the smallest. You would get your prize, and then you get a pot holder. I ordered through Spoonflower. You can upload a logo, and they'll send you fabric.
Nice.
So we cut that up. One side has the logo. It was sometimes I'm bad with scale, especially when you get this proof that's like on your computer screen, and you just see the logo kind of rolling up in a row, and I'm like, yeah, that looks fine. And then you get it, and you realize the logo is like 5 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
And so it's not the quarter size that I thought. It's like the size, like 5 inches. And so we had to find a way to cut it. So we didn't cut the logo. So one side has the logo perfect. The other side is just kind of the pattern of it.
Right.
So we made that. Each winner got a pot holder. And I was, you know, the thought was that we would get a prize that was associated with what we were doing. So it was cooking. You know, maybe if you're taking out your Mac next time, you're going to grab your Georgia Alliance 5th year anniversary pot holder. You know, you won, and that's your prize. Because traditionally, you'll do something like an engraved wooden spoon or something like that for a chili or a Mac cook-off.
Huh.
First place or something like that.
Well, maybe you can 3D print one next year if you get a new 3D printer.
Maybe. But yeah, so we got that. So each person walked away with one of those. We had the ugly sweater.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Well, I think Susan's figured it out, and she always home makes her sweater. And then Lewis I think he stole. Did we have another guy do the same thing last year? Now that I'm thinking about it, they just put figures on it. I don't know, but we've learned when you put crap on your sweater, you're going to win. So
yeah, it can't be it's got to be homemade. It can't be off the rack ugly.
Yeah,
you have to enhance it.
Exactly.
And that'll put you towards the top of the list.
Right. And then Lewis had taken a bunch of figures,
and put figures, ugly figures,
and put them on zip tied him to his sweater. And then he had a wampa that he was wearing, like a medallion.
Yeah.
So he ended up winning the ugly sweater.
So, yeah. He got the ugly sweater award, which was, again, the trophy was just another name pill like on the card backs. But then the first pot holder my wife made had square corners.
Uh-huh.
And she didn't like it because it didn't look like a normal pot holder. So she curved all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. So
I said, that's the ugly one. So whoever wins the ugly sweater gets the ugly pot holder.
That's great.
So it's one of one, and it's also a prototype, I guess, if you really want to get into it.
Why not, dude? Why not? We'll do prototype pot holders.
I printed out last year we did the Kenner. I 3D printed the Kenner logo. I painted them, and then I hid them throughout the house. And my wife got a little upset because right before the social, we're like panicking, trying to clean up. So we're just like, just shove this into the drawer and just get rid of it. And so we did all of that. But then there was one Kenner logo that people couldn't find, which I think your wife found. It was hidden in my room. You had to like get on the floor and duck in to see it.
Yeah, I think that's the one she found.
But people were like opening cabinets, and my wife was just kind of getting horrified. And so she's like, you can't do that again this year. And so I did the mini Georgia Alliance that looked like the GASWC that looks like the Kenner logo. And then I painted them. And the original intent was to have enough so everyone can walk home with one. But the printer died, so I only had like 6 of them. So then I had the idea of painting them to make a theme. So one was Boba Fett, one was Darkseid, one was Kenner, one was Han, Yoda, Chewie, and Leia. And then those were the prizes of the trivia question. So every half hour, I have a megaphone that I use to call up to the kids. They're in their room, the door's closed. I use this megaphone and I just go, dinner.
I can totally see you doing that too.
I
That's
do that every
funnier.
night. The kids hate it, but I still do it. And so I had it. So I was able to make a loud announcement. So everybody, whether you're in the craft room, the family room, or the Star Wars room, you should be able to hear me. And so people would text. It was like a race. I would ask you the question, on which planet did the Rix Road protest occur? And whoever was the first to text me Ferrix is the winner.
Right. And then that hit me. It's like, oh, that's from Andor.
Yeah, it was the last episode of Andor. It should have been fresh.
You're right. It should have. But there's people that like know it because like one of your questions was like, what hangar bay is the Millennium Falcon? I'm just like 94. And then you're like on the Death Star. And I went, son of a bitch.
That's why I had to pause. What was the question exactly? In what docking bay was the Millennium Falcon? And then I paused, pulled into on the Death Star.
Right. And I'd already texted 94 and you just kept looking at me like, no, Glenn. So I'd like mess with you and like send you different things, like questions that
inappropriate things.
Like you were asking something about who was born on Jakku and I put Spock and you were like, dude, come on.
No, the question was who was born on Yavin 4 and you put Spock. It's actually which sequel trilogy character was born on Yavin 4 was the question. And it's audience. That's right. If you said Poe, you win.
Right. And I put Spock just to mess with you.
But then I felt bad for Tim because Tim kept asking me, is there a toy hunt? Is there a hidden game like I did last year? And I kept saying no. He was leading up to the thing. And he's like, is there one? I'm like, nope. And then I guess your wife or maybe you said something. And he's like, well, so-and-so said it. Your wife said it. And I go, no, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But then at 6:30, I was like, well, there is one, Tim. And I told everyone I made 6-inch gonk droids, 6-inch scale. I painted them different colors and I hid 5 of them in rooms that were agreed upon by my wife.
Yeah, because the first thing right as you're announcing it, I'm like, Shannon, time to F up your house. And she's just like, duh.
No, nothing bad this year. And I said, not in the garage or the laundry room. The laundry room this year was the place where I started throwing things. Just get it away. I can't have it here for this party. So they were a different color and I purposely weathered them differently from cleanest. So there was one that was like fresh off the line, looked great. Then there was another one that I made up the story that it's got scuff marks on the side of it as if it got hit by a speeder. It was brand new coming off the shelf and then a speeder hit it. So it's all like lines on the side.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one that's just like a normal weathered one. There's the Kenner blue one, which you found, which is very weathered. And then there was the Imperial one that's been recycled. And that one's actually kind of my favorite because I spray painted that one silver. So it's like a metallic silver. And then what I did is I took mustard on a toothpick and I just touched the mustard where I thought places where it would get scuffed up were. And then I spray painted it black. And then when the spray paint dries, you just wipe away the mustard and there's a very organic look to the rubbings. So it looks like it's really, really cool. And that's kind of my favorite. And that's the one Susan got. And that was the first one found.
Yeah. That was like in a tree or something, wasn't it?
That was in the Darth Maul episode 1 cup from.
Oh, so you did hide one in a cup this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause the one that I found, everybody was looking around for it. And I was like, there's no way you put something in your case. And you're like, oh, you didn't want to give a hint. And I'm like, you know what? Then I looked, and as I look at your case, I see that you had a vinyl case that was hidden, that was propped just enough to where you could hide something behind it. And I'm like, maybe. So then I looked, and then I looked down behind the figures. You had some mocks, some men on card stuff, and you had just enough space to hide it. And I'm just like, I like licked my finger and touched your, I'm like, touched your case. I'm like, Jason, I found it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not leaving this spot.
Thank you for letting me know I need to Windex the window, glass in the case.
I didn't like lick
But
it, but I did touch the case.
it was funny because afterwards, Narayan, he's taking all his photos, and there was one photo where you could see it
Yeah.
in the photo, and you're like, I see it.
I knew exactly where to look. I looked in the photo. I'm like, I wonder if it's that. Oh, there it is.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah. You did a good, because one was hidden like underneath the table, and Bridget found that one. And
You had
I
to
was
be
like,
on the floor to see that one. And it was like between Micro Machine boxes, like the shipper boxes.
mhm.
You had to be on the floor to see that. There was one in the tree, which I thought was, I didn't like hiding it in the tree, but my daughter hid that one, and then my son hid it behind the Grinch in the family room. So the Grinch was the second one found.
Right.
But that
So
was fun. That was
no,
fun.
no, it was great. And I think you did a good job just kind of hiding things in plain sight. And especially it was getting to the point with the one that I found. I think people were giving up, and then I just happened to find it. And I think everybody was kind of like, oh, thank God.
The relief in the room. And then someone was like, which side of the room is it on? And I'm like, if I reveal that, I'm gonna have like 20 people pressed up against my carded figures. I'm not doing that. So there's no hot and cold. Someone in this room is hot, someone in this room's cold, and I'm not going to divulge any more information.
And then people were like, well, that's well trusted. For someone that I know knows how to handle your figures, was like grabbing like the newest min on card stuff you had, and they're like, they're in here, and pretending to, we're gonna start opening your min on cards.
Luckily, it was a solo one, which is replaceable if necessary. But no, it was funny. It was very funny. Rich made that joke. He knows how to twist it just like you do.
Yeah.
The gift exchange, the Wampa exchange. What did you get?
I got a Regal Robot, the Wampa arm magnet.
That's from Tony.
From Tony, and then he just gave me like a Boba Fett chalice glass or whatever.
And who did you get for giving?
I got Tony Harmon, and I got him a like 4 vintage beaters, like the Jabba Goons. And then I had I gave him one of the Thrawn on card. I had an extra one, so I threw that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got Tony was the person who gave me a gift, and he got me, it was kind of funny because I have bobbleheads in my bathroom that I've just been given over the years, and it's like 2 that kind of fit in. It's Ponda Baba and Greedo, so it's Cantina, and I'm kind of like high in the Cantina right now since I'm building that thing. And then he gave me the West End Games Cantina set, so it's a bunch of the aliens, and it's still like in box. It's still in the original packaging, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, this is pretty amazing. Because I've never gotten into like the gaming stuff, but it's got like Moff Tack, and I know West End Gaming's was the thing that they sat down and they're like, well, we just can't call him Walrus Man anymore. We need to give him a name. All right, let's call him Ponda Baba, and this white hairy guy, we need to give him a name. So I think like Inquisitors came out of the West End Games, and so there's a lot of history, and there's like a pivot point in the growth of the Star Wars universe kind of comes from the West End Games. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, am I going to start getting into the is this something I'm going to get into now?
You're like, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch, I think I like this thing.
Time to start collecting more crap.
And then I got Terry as my giver or givee. The thing I had to buy a gift for. Someone I had to buy a gift for. What?
No, I just
He was the name that we picked him out of the hat. He's in the Hoth Troopers. He's a Marine. And so having done honor flight and gone to all the memorials up in DC, I started thinking to myself, what can I do that's kind of a memorial for Hoth Troopers, but kind of like the respectable thing like you would do for like a Marine. And so I the vision in my head came the Korean War wall, which is like etched in, and you kind of see faces. And then when I thought of that, I thought of the original, what do you call that thing? The mail away, but you would get the
action
display.
stand. The action
Yeah,
stand.
the action stand. Thank you. So it's like, what if I can mix the action stand and the Korean War memorial thing? So I did that. I painted this is the very famous shot of all the Hoth troopers running away from the three walkers. And
Mm,
so I painted that, and then I 3D printed the stand so that my painted picture can insert into it, just like the action stand. Then at the bottom, I put Heroes of Hoth
right.
as like the respectable thing. Like if if they're Marines that die in war, you call them heroes. So these are the Heroes of Hoth. And then Tinkercad, which is a 3D modeling software head. Why is she calling me now? Tinkercad. Hold on. I don't. Hello? No, I can pick that up tomorrow. Thank you, though. Bye. Sorry. Target had the slave one for $15, the Micro Galaxy Squadron.
Yeah. So did you pick one
Mine
up so you
came,
can open?
yeah, mine came with the door open. So it's just like, it looks weird in the package. And I'm like, I don't like that. So either I'm going to return this one or I'm going to open it. I don't
Okay.
know. Anyways, Tinkercad had a mountain, 3D mountain, and I just squished that down really small so it looked like a pile of snow. Then I painted it white and added some purple and some blue so it looks like snow, and added 2 6-inch Black Series figures, one that I bought off of you and one that I got from Second Chance. And sorry, that was probably more details than I needed to
That's all
provide, but
right.
that's the idea behind it.
Right. Awesome. Oh no, I remembered something I got from Second Chance today, but
Oh, what is it?
the Ripcord vans. The
Yes.
vans, one was a dark side and one was a light side. They had one there, and Mandy was like, "Oh, I need a ripcord." And then she talked to David and Chance, and they just happened to have all the barrels and the cones, like an extra set of those, and Mandy picked those up. So now I have a
Nice.
one complete van.
Nice set.
Yeah,
Nice.
one complete set. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, no, dude, that was awesome. And I think Terry, you could tell Terry really enjoyed it because that's his character. That's his focus,
Yeah.
is that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
And
could
it's
tell he
funny
was
because at
pretty excited. Huh?
Skippy's, I was kind of kicking the tires because I got him, and I'm like, and who was it? Was it Tim or Matt? Someone was saying that they didn't have the Snow Trooper, and then the Hoth Rebel Trooper, and then Luke Skywalker in his Snow Speeder gear.
Mm-hmm.
And as I turned to Terry, I'm like, "You've got this guy, yeah?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I've got them all." And I'm like, "Great, well, you're gonna get 2 more. Sorry."
Well, but I think you did a display, a diorama, and I think it looks awesome.
Yeah. So that's what we did for the gift exchange, and I think everyone had fun, and everyone was kind of oohing and on the pieces they got. I saw Tony; he had the probe droid, Probot. Someone got a sketch. You gave
That
him that.
Mandy got him that, yeah, because
Mandy got him
he's
that.
yeah, he's in the same boat as we are when it comes to your focus. It's like you have to go oddball with it.
Yeah.
And Mandy had seen that art on Macari or something and picked it up. She's like, "Should I buy him this?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, you buy him that." I'm like, "It's original, right?" She's like, "Yep." I said, "Buy him that because it's awesome."
Original art signed by the artist,
Yeah,
and it looked like a really good print, a really nice sketch with ink
yeah,
and everything.
it was a really good pencil drawing of it, and we yeah, got him that. And I think Mandy got a an Ewok that's holding a pin, and the pin, it's like a desk, something you'd put on your desk, and the it's the spear that Wicket's holding is a pin. So I she might take it to work. She might leave it here. I don't know what she's doing. I hope it doesn't, same thing that happened to the AT-AT doesn't happen to that, because I got the AT-AT tape dispenser from Hallmark and
Yeah.
somebody broke it. Like broke one of the chin guns off of it. I'm like, wow, come on.
Oh,
Oh, and I did pick up, Hallmark had like a sale, so I picked up some more ornaments from Hallmark. I'm sorry. I need to write shit down, but
what was the ornament? Like, what
I
sale?
they were doing like, if you bought 2, you got $5 off.
Oh,
And I bought the Luke Skywalker with the dark trooper,
yeah.
at his feet, and then I bought the Qui-Gon jet, not Qui-Gon, the Samuel L. Jackson, Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
I hope I don't have those already, but
No, I haven't got an ornament yet this year, so I'm gonna have to find one. I don't know which one to get. I like the IG-11 with Grogu on the back. I thought that one looks cool, and there's another one, but it's a lot heavy focus on Mandalorian figures now.
yeah, they had the Mandalorian with his helmet off, so the Din Djarin with his helmet off and
Yeah,
Grogu.
holding Grogu.
I got that one. I think I got the IG. Yeah, I did get the IG 88 or 11 or whatever, because that one's badass because he's in an action pose.
Yeah. What do you think about? So one of the things that I was at a friend's house, last summer, and there was themed drinks and there was a bartender, and I'm like, that's a cool idea. I want to incorporate that. And so this year, I had the Monkey Lizard, which was my themed drink, and then my wife had the Cloud City Curacao, which was her kind of themed drink, and you guys came over to taste them. So what were your reviews on the drink?
I enjoyed it when we had it at the tasting. I just drank beer last night. I was a party pooper, but Mandy said that the Monkey Lizard was great. She enjoyed it better than with the tasting.
That was the drink of the night, was the Monkey Lizard.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. I don't know if maybe you need to do bigger glasses next time. I don't know.
We ordered.
Go ahead.
We ordered. So Cloud City Curacao was gin, curacao, lemon, and cotton candy with some edible glitter in it, and so and some Sprite to top it off. So you would get this whole cup, and then you would put your cloud, quote unquote, your cotton candy, into your glass. You would watch it dissolve and fizz, and then you would have a stir stick to stir it up. And so you would see the glitter, the iridescent glitter kind of moving around like it's the clouds. And that's the reason why we got those cups, is so you could see that. And then we were just like, let's just use those cups.
No, that
so
makes
you could
sense.
see the swirl in there. But yeah, so that was that. And then the Monkey Lizard was monkey shoulder Scotch whiskey with apple cider, ginger ale, and then just a very small teaspoon per cup. We put it in kind of like we pre-mixed it, but it was vanilla maple syrup, and that just added a nice little flavor to it.
Well, then I wish I probably should have tried that then.
You should have tried that because it was a completely different recipe from that night.
I didn't think about it, and then when I was already like 2 beers in, and it hit me kind of hard, so I cut myself off pretty quick because I could already feel it hitting me, because I had 2 pretty quick. And when I start feeling it, I know to cut myself off, especially when I'm in that environment, because I don't want to be that guy. And so I probably should have tried one later in the night.
I didn't cut myself off. The monkey shoulder Scotch whiskey has some weird effect where I was drinking it that one night that I called into the show at my in-laws.
Yeah.
It's like a sudden drop. Like I could drink 4 of them and I'm like, I'm fine. Like I don't even feel buzzed. And then you drink that 5th one, it's like whoop, you go down on so I would have one, and then I would go have something to eat and try to talk to people as we run a show. I'll get to that in a second. Then I started to feel a little bit off, and so I had some macaroni and cheese and filled myself up and had
you paced yourself pretty good.
I paced myself, but when I got to like number 5, but this is like number 5 through about 4 hours.
Right.
So my body's got time to process it. And I was talking to Rich and about 3D printing, and I realized I wasn't saying what I wanted to say as precisely as I wanted to say it. And I'm like, oh, okay, water time.
I'm done.
Starting to catch up. I didn't want to repeat what happened that one night with it's just, you just want the buzz. You don't want the slide into complete sloppy drunk.
You're right. No, you want that nice little buzz, and then when you feel yourself starting to lose control, it's like time to quit.
But that's the problem with me and monkey shoulder. It's like I don't feel that. It's just a sudden drop into drunkenness.
Gotcha.
I'm drowning in drunkenness. But it is a monkey, so I was like, let's go with that for monkey lizard drink.
Yeah.
So Yeah, my stepdad was the bartender I was able to employ. He's retired, and so they don't have much to do, but he likes working rooms and he likes working with people. And he was the bartender. The Skippy did pay him $5 as a tip.
Did you send it to him?
Yeah, I forwarded that onto his PayPal.
That's great.
He had a blast. He said he only cut off one person, your wife.
Well, I don't blame him because she does
Yeah.
kind of.
But she wasn't driving you were, and you cut
Right.
yourself off. You were responsible. You're drinking responsibly. I wasn't going anywhere. But people did have fun. I think it's a novel thing to try a new drink. You're like, ooh, what's this? Let me try this. Ooh, what's this other one? Let me try that one. And then you're good. You got your 2 drinks. You're good. You're having fun. You're mixing with people. So that was good.
Yeah.
And then the only thing was like people were asking my stepdad, like, can I have a Coke? He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Here. Like he was not meant to be the gatekeeper to the drinks. That's kind of like we had the sodas and the water on the side, but just the normal what's the word? The normal the way you order a drink, you go to the bartender. It's just the way you do it. So they were going to the bartender for the Coke and just take one.
Right. Well, it was more, I think, because of the drinks and you had to put them together. That's why you had a bartender, but maybe you just need to be like Cokes here or something.
Yeah, should label it better. It's lessons to learn next year. And then I did 3D print a monkey lizard.
That monkey,
looking guy.
That was awesome, dude.
And then I painted him. Yeah, I was really impressed with the way that one turned out. Like I printed things and 3D painted it before. For whatever reason, I was firing on all gears, and the weathering, the eyes, the colors for the hair, like that was good.
Yeah. That looked like it could have been, $200-$300 piece.
Yeah. So that was cool to kind of have the monkey lizard holding his drink right next to the sign that said monkey lizard. And that was another cool thing this morning. I realized, I have these frames that I put up with the drinks, and now I've got like a memento from the evening that I can hang on my wall and be like, yeah, that's the drink.
Yeah. And there's
just another memory.
Right.
A tangible memory, as David Quinn would say, of an event. We had tons of food.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of food.
Did the chili that won, because I kept trying to explain my wife what kind of chili I liked. And then when I tried match chili, I literally brought the bowl up to my wife and I went, this is the chili I like, because it was just meat and like a paste, some kind of meaty paste. And I was just like, when I say I want chili, this is what I expect. And she's just like, shot me 2
why
birds.
Don't you make it yourself?
I don't know. She's like, you're the one that picked out the recipe. I was like, I wasn't paying that close of attention. I was just like, oh, it's meat and stuff.
Yeah, 3 different kinds of meat. One was brisket. There was like chuck.
Yeah, and some steak or something.
Steak or something like that. 3 different kinds of meat. And people were like, I should have tried it because I don't eat chili, but
dude, I told you
they scooped it and whatever. We're moving on. Maybe next year. They scooped it into the little dish and they're like, what? This is like a chunk of meat. And then they tasted it and their eyes would dilate and they're like, oh my God, this is a whole new reality.
Yeah. I was eating it going, please don't be tofu. Please don't be tofu.
No, it's not tofu. It was good stuff.
You're right.
It was brisket.
Yeah, it was delicious. That was some good stuff. So needless to say, that one won first place. And I told my wife, I'm like, if I didn't vote for yours out of duty, this one I would have got my vote. She was just like, you suck. But
and then we did try a Zoom call. So we did create a Zoom link and we posted it like around 5:00 and said, hey, jump on in. That was kind of a pain to monitor because after like an hour or so, Zoom just kicks you off and then my computer would go dark. But we did get Pete, who was actually in Atlanta at the airport. So he was calling in from the airport. And I think Ryan was taking him through the house at one point on his phone through Zoom.
Yeah. And then his phone died.
Oh, did it? Yeah, that's right. And I had to give him the thing, the connector. And then at another point, Mac, is that his name?
Yeah, Mac showed up.
And then I think even later at the night, we had like Joel on the call.
Yeah, Joel came like right when you were like, right when we had decided to do a fire. Joel came on, and I think Tony talked to him for a few minutes.
Okay. But yeah, that kind of worked out. It wasn't engaging, but it was nice ambiance, and I like the idea of like, I'm sorry you can't make it. This is not to make you feel bad. This is just a way to try to include you.
Maybe
No,
next time we can maybe do like a web. I don't know how to set it up where it's just a webcam versus a meeting where you could just be like, here's the live feed and there's no interaction and all you're doing is like seeing what's going on, like a traffic camera or something. I don't know if there's a way to do that. Then we don't have to monitor it or
yeah,
interact with people, if that makes sense.
yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, but that was something to do next year. I thought about putting it on the big TV in my family room
Yeah.
so you could see people sitting around, but then I decided to bring my computer down because I actually edited quickly a movie about
Mhm.
celebration, all of our experiences together.
Yeah.
But I lost a lot of footage, so I ended up taking down videos from YouTube and re-editing some of that to make like a 2-hour movie. And I added some extra footage to try to make it more all-encompassing. So it's like this 2-hour memory of our time in celebration. So I'll have to burn that to DVDs and get it to you, Tony, and Ryan, because you guys are featured prominently in it.
Yeah. I saw a little bit
Room
of it, but
sales.
yeah, I saw a little bit of it, but like Jordan, when I first got there, Jordan was like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, dude, I just have a lot of stuff because it's like you're dropping off stuff. So I was like running around like a madman for like the first half hour I was there.
No, but I didn't have the video up because I had just a slideshow and music playing, and then people wanted to watch the Georgia LSU games, so I threw that on TV. So I didn't even use it. So I made this whole movie,
And
and
that
we
you
never
didn't
even
use.
showed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the slideshow is what I saw then.
Yes. Yeah. I put on a Star Wars focused slideshow, so any photos related to an experience with Star Wars is on the slideshow.
Gotcha.
Um, so that was that. It was a great night. That's the only thing about an event like that and event planning is that you're so into executing it that I felt like the only time I got to sit and chill with people and talk was the fire.
Yeah.
Because there were times I would like try to sit down and talk to Rich, and then it's like, Jason, we need you. And then I try to talk to Narayan. It's like, Jason, we need you. And so it's like I'm getting pulled in all these directions. And I feel so bad because you're in the middle of a conversation with someone, you're about to click, and then it's like, I gotta go. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, because Jordan
That
had,
was
had kind of mentioned something like that because it's like he was talking to somebody and then somebody else comes up and ask a question and you answer the question and you turn around to continue the conversation and that original person is gone or you just
yeah.
never go back to the original conversation. So it's just when you have that many people in that confined of a space, it's really hard to keep things going unless you just kind of cling to somebody. Or I kind of pull the where you just kind of find a place and just sit and then you'll end up getting a group of people or people will rotate in and stuff, but you
Yeah.
can't do that because you're hosting the party.
Yeah. And even when it was just Rich and I talking in the Star Wars room, the Empire room, and people are calling me in the craft room. And so there's a trail of people, Jason, 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 and it gets to me, and it's like, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I promise.
And you divulge what he had in that shoebox?
Yeah, it was just customs.
Oh, okay.
He's made some customs in the past. There was some collected customs, but he took and this is before people start crapping their pants. This is before the rise of the value in these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so he took a Stormtrooper Luke complete and painted it white because it started yellow. And this is before, again,
Right.
for the disclaimers, this is before you don't do that kind of thing. And they used cheaper plastic as they moved along. So, anyways, he painted it stark white. It looked great. Then he took a Han head and popped it onto a Luke Stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a custom Han Stormtrooper.
Nice.
And we were both like, I don't understand like why Hasbro doesn't do that. That is a gaping hole in everyone's collection. If you have all the figures, you have Luke Stormtrooper. Han Stormtrooper is an easy figure. You've got the Han head, you've got the Stormtrooper, and you got to cut the head off, I guess, for the Stormtrooper. But
They've done it for George Lucas, so why not?
well, we're talking retro collection.
Oh yeah.
The head on the Stormtrooper is not posable, so you would need to like resculpt the shoulders. But That's very minimal work. You use the body, you resculpt the head, you pop in Han, and you're golden. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff he had.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what we were talking about today on the way back from the show. Is it's like where are we going to go next? Where's my next like venture? And I think it's going to be in like art toys or custom toys or something. Because at the shop Earth Kentucky in Kentucky, they have a lot of those art toys, and I think that's going to be my next like big way to go. Maybe start collecting those things or custom. So sorry, just sort of kind of fun.
I had a monkey lizard because we have leftover. We pre-mixed all the drinks, so I
Yeah.
just made one. But now I'm feeling a little red in the face.
Oh, did you have some? You're drinking that right now?
Yeah, that's what's
Awesome.
in this cup.
I'm just drinking water because we had a beer today and had a little bit last night. Time to recover.
Yeah, my stepdad said that I should have had a drink this morning to help with the hangover. I didn't really.
Say that again. You broke up.
My stepdad suggested that I should have had a monkey lizard this morning to kind of help chase they call it chase the dog.
Yeah, hair of the dog.
Hair of the dog. And
Yeah.
no, I didn't. It's just tons of water today.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do.
I don't get like stop with the noise or it's too bright in here. It's just like I could go back to bed right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it feels like when I've had too much to drink. But anyways, it was a good party. I was very thankful. And then the icing on the cake was this morning when I pulled down the ceiling tile and I had everyone, earlier this year. And let me step back. Pixar, the company that makes Toy Story and all that, has a secret room in their facility where they bring celebrities or business people, whoever's in the building, they go to the secret room and they sign the wall.
Mm-hmm.
As a way to say, so like Tom Hanks has signed it, Bob Iger, I'm sure Bob Chapek has signed it, like all
Bob
these
who?
people. Yeah, Bob Pudu. And so I was like, that's such a great idea. And when I made my Empire room, I was like, maybe I'll start it here.
Mm-hmm.
I was never able to find room on the wall for have people to sign it. And then this year I was like looking up at my ceiling tile. I'm like, do I put some of my patches up there? Like, how can I use that? And then it clicked. I can use that for signing things. So each event that I have at my house now, I'm going to pull down a ceiling tile and paint it and do something, and then people will sign it. So I'll have like a tangible memory on the
Right.
ceiling of the event and everybody who came. And so that was
Very
an
cool.
icing. Yeah, it was the icing on the cake this morning to put that up and to be like the end.
Right.
That was cool.
No, dude, it was a great event. And yeah, like I said, you and Shannon know how to throw a party, man. It's always fun.
But I might take the next year off.
If you want to have it here, but I'm going to need your help.
You're the one that said you wanted it there. You're going to have like
Yeah.
a brand new house.
Yeah,
You've got ceiling tiles there so people
I
can
do.
start signing ceiling tiles above you.
But you just know how to plan an event. At least be like, this is what we can do. And then Mandy was like, we were talking, she's like, what can we do for our 3D printed thing? Like our scavenger hunt. She goes, we can do like Wampa arms or something, or little mini Wampas and stuff. So we kind of had a little bit of a conversation last night, but it was like, I need Jason's input because you just know how to throw a party, or do this and we could do it. Because it's like if we have more than like 4 people at our house, we're like, what are we gonna do?
I'll help.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little, but yeah, I know I'm excited. I don't mind hosting next year. I think it'll be fun because we got, you got that back deck, which you and your wife need to come look at. And,
I'm sure that's going to happen before the social though.
Yeah. No,
But
shoot, it needs to happen like this couple of weeks, man. Because yeah, our house is going to be a total mess here.
No, I mean, we could wait till the spring, but I'm sure we're going to see it before.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, then I could do some sort of like afternoon party thing where people, if you're out of town, you want to stop by, bring on by, we'll hang out, and then we'll go over to Glenn's for the party.
Yeah.
A pre-party.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time.
When you did that last year, did you have many people show up?
I think we had like 4 or 5. It wasn't too many, but it was enough to like open it up for a couple of hours.
Okay. Be something to do.
Yeah.
Why not?
And I think this year it might have helped if we, you know, if my house was able to be open and they did the Powder Springs show, it would have been a good way to people to go. Well, did they have the Powder Springs show again last?
Same thing
the
last year. It was the Powder Springs show, and then it was your place, and then it was my place.
Okay. Well, that kind of, I think, helped a little bit because people could migrate here, but we didn't have that many. I think we had, like I said, I think we had maybe 4 people show up. But it was a good way to, you know, a good icebreaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good time.
Yeah.
And bring on 2023.
Yeah. I look forward to our events we have planned and in 23 and then the summer social.
Yeah. And I got a book now that I could turn my creative energy towards and start editing this whole thing. Like 300 pages there. I gotta
what is it?
Down to it's a book.
Oh,
if you can see that, but it's a visual medium, right?
Right.
But yeah, I can start turning my creative energies to that. But
okay.
I also wanted to thank a couple people. We had a couple reviews added to the podcast on iTunes, and I always like to call people out, say a big thank you for doing that. I can't remember. Oh, come on, stop it.
Do you need to find iTunes?
I can't remember. Yeah, I'm on iTunes. I took screen grabs, but I was still like in location mode trying to find the photos from Buffalo, so I had to go back on the album. Anyways, I can't remember in September if I think Adam 2345.
Dude, I can't remember what I had for lunch. So,
well, he said great podcast from collectors who know their stuff and discussing interesting topics. Thank you, Adam 2345, for leaving that 5-star review. And then someone called Capt Bat Guano, so Captain Bat.
Oh, geez.
In regards to episode 115, it's all connected, Tony. Perfect episode, no notes. So thank you to that individual who left the review.
I wonder who left that. I think I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I think I have a feeling too. And then Catholic Geek 92 said, another great episode. I look forward to listening every week. 5 stars. Thank you again for leaving those 5-star reviews. We really appreciate it.
Do you want to announce the end of year thing?
Yeah. Well, if you have an interest in joining us for a end of the year roundtable,
or just send us the voicemails and emails, or if you want to join us,
go ahead and announce it. Go ahead and announce it.
Sorry.
You announce it.
Fine. If you want to join us and do the roundtable thing, message us. But we're going to do like a little bit of a contest, I guess. We haven't picked the prize out, but it'll be a Black Series, or it may be a Black Series. It may be a Micro Galaxy Squadron. It'll probably be a Micro Galaxy Squadron because that's sort of where we are right now, and the exciting thing happening in the Star Wars universe right now. So if you guys want to send an email or a voicemail to smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com, then we can include you in our year-end review of episode. And we'll put your name in a hat and we'll give you a prize, which, like I said, will probably be a Micro Galaxy Squadron. We just haven't picked it out. And we just want to get that out there, and we'll probably do it so we'll say mid-December.
So send us a message about how your year went, what your thoughts are, either on the hobby or maybe you had some goals at the start of the year. Anything related to 2020 and collecting. Send us an email, smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. We'll read your email on our podcast, and we'll also enter you in for that prize, whatever that may be. Thank you for listening to the Smugglers Galaxy podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen to podcasts. If it's allowed, it really helps us out and points people to our show. You can follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We always love your feedback and to make you part of our show. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smugglers Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. Hasbro, please re-release VC66. # vote with your wallet. Pass on what you learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community.
This
This is the way.